Hi guys. In this video, you will see how the cast of the Webster TV series from 1983 to 1989 changed. You will know their real names and age. And today, let's see what all of the Webster stars look like now versus when they were on the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Let's get started. Number 1. Emmanuel Lewis as Webster Long. Webster Long is a bright, curious, and charming young boy. As an orphan who lost his biological parents in a tragic accident, Webster relies on his new guardians, George and Catherine Papadopolises, to provide him with love, guidance, and stability. Despite his small stature and young age, Webster displays remarkable intelligence and wit, often using his innocent perspective to cut through complex adult issues. With his trademark bowl cut, suspenders, and infectious smile, Webster quickly won the hearts of audiences and became one of the most beloved child characters of the 1980s. Lewis is a practitioner of Taekwondo. His height has only changed by 6 inches since his childhood appearances in Webster, making him relatively short. He has no known condition that would explain his height. He is also a Freemason. Webster Long is played by Emmanuel Lewis, when he was 12 years old and now he is 52 years old. Number 2. Alex Karras as George Papadopoulos. George Papadopoulos is a retired professional football player turned sportscaster who becomes the adoptive father of Webster long after the young boy's parents are killed in a car accident. George is portrayed as a kind-hearted and compassionate man who takes Webster into his home despite the challenges of being a newlywed and adjusting to married life. George is often seen as a role model and father figure to Webster, imparting important life lessons to the young boy and serving as a source of guidance and support. George also has a competitive streak, often engaging in friendly rivalries with other characters on the show. George Papadopoulos is played by Alex Karras, when he was 48 years old. Unfortunately, in his later years, Karras suffered from serious health problems, including dementia, heart disease, and cancer. Karras died in the morning hours of October 10. He was 77 years old. Number 3. Susan Clark as Catherine Papadopoulos. Catherine Papadopoulos is a warm and nurturing character in the Webster TV series. She is portrayed as a loving and devoted wife to her husband George, and a caring mother to their adopted son Webster. Catherine is also shown to be a strong and independent woman who is not afraid to stand up for what she believes in. Catherine is often the voice of reason in the family and is always there to provide comfort and support to those around her. Despite facing various challenges in her personal and professional life, Catherine maintains a positive attitude and always strives to do what is best for her family. She is called Ma M by Webster, who chose to call her that because he thought it was the closest he could get to calling her mom without disrespecting his birth mother. Catherine Papadopoulos is played by Susan Clark, when she was 40 years old and now she is 80 years old. Number 4. Henry Pollock II as Jerry Silver. Jerry Silver is a sarcastic and witty social climber who served as Catherine's secretary and confidant in the Webster TV series. He was always trying to climb the social ladder and better his status, often making snarky remarks and poking fun at those around him. Despite his somewhat abrasive personality, Jerry was also a loyal friend who cared deeply for Catherine and her family, often going above and beyond to help them through their various struggles and challenges. His sarcastic sense of humor and quick wit added a touch of levity to the show's often emotional and heartfelt moments. Pollock was also a prolific and popular television game show player and host, having been a semi-regular on both the $25,000 Pyramid and its later incarnation the $100,000 Pyramid, both hosted by Dick Clark. Jerry Silver is played by Henry Pollock II, when he was 38 years old. Sadly, on August 11, 2013, Pollock died of cancer in Sherman Oaks, California. He was 68 years old. Number 5. Catherine Damon as Cassie Parker. Bill and Cassie Parker were the gregarious middle-aged couple who leased the house to the Papadopolises while they moved into a basement apartment below. Cassie is an editor of high-profile romantic and crime novels, were taking in rent in order to complete the numerous additions they were making to the property. Cassie and Catherine became each other's confidants, and Webster easily became the apple of the Parkers' eye, often retreating to the basement for special quality time with them. Cassie Parker is played by Catherine Damon, when she was 54 years old. Sadly, she got diagnosed with ovarian cancer and died in Los Angeles at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center on May 4, 1987. She was 56 years old. Number 6. Eugene Roche as Bill Parker. Eugene Roche's character, Bill Parker, first appears in the second season of Webster. He and his wife, Cassie, are the owners of the house the Papadopolises move into after little Webster accidentally burns down their apartment. Being the lovable landlord, he eventually becomes good friends with George Papadopoulos and grows especially fond of Webster, who often visits him and his wife in the basement of their house, where they moved into after leasing their property to the Papadopolises. Bill Parker was a gruff but loving father who often played the voice of reason to George's impulsive nature. Bill and George's friendship was a central part of the show, as they often shared heart-to-heart conversations about parenting, relationships, and life in general. Bill Parker is played by Eugene Roche, when he was 56 years old. Sadly, Pollock died on August 11, 2013, of cancer. He was 75 years old. Number 7. Jack Crucian as Papa Papadopoulos. George's jovial aging father, George Sr., known to all as Papa Papadopoulos, first showed up in a couple of guest appearances in the second season, before joining as a recurring cast member in the fall of 1985. Papa was the epitome of the perfect grandfather. Papa Papadopoulos is played by Jack Crucian, when he was 62 years old. Sadly, Crucian died on April 2, 2002, in Chandler, Arizona because of his illness. He was 80 years old. Number 8. Corinne Nemec as Nikki Papadopoulos. Beginning with the fourth episode of the season, the Papadopoulos household gained a new member in George's nephew Nicky, who moved in when his parents went off to work in Nigeria on assignment for the United Nations. Nicky provided Webster with a sort of brother figure, and the two got along famously. Nicky is known for his playful and mischievous personality, often getting into trouble with his antics. Despite his youthful exuberance, Nicky is also portrayed as a caring and compassionate individual who has a strong bond with his adoptive brother, Webster. Nikki Papadopoulos is played by Corinne Nemec, when he was 16 years old and now he is 51 years old. Number 9. Ben Vereen as Uncle Philip Long. Philip Long is Webster's uncle who appears near the end of the first season. He is a charismatic and confident man who wants to take Webster away from George and Catherine and raise him in Chicago's South Side. Philip is an aspiring actor and frequently tries to convince George to let him take Webster to Hollywood with him to help launch his acting career. Despite his differences with George, Philip is fond of Webster and occasionally visits the Papadopoulos family in later seasons. Nikki Papadopoulos is played by Ben Vereen, when he was 37 years old and now he is 76 years old. We really love the cast of the Webster TV series. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please like, comment, and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you on the next video.